Hello fellow Flosstubers, this is Lynn Wiltzius, also known as Love to Cross Stitch, and it's been 2 months since I've been on. I've been just a little slow. It hasn't been that I haven't done anything, I was too lazy to get on to do Flosstube, so I'm back, and chances are it might be another month or so before I do it again. Part of it is because from the time that I start doing the Flosstube to when I do the next one, I usually don't have a lot to show, and I kind of hate to just show you the same thing over and over. So today I'm going to show you some of my finishes, and then I'm going to show you some of my new projects that I'm doing. So this is a little bit of cross stitch. It's not a lot, it's just one thing with cross stitch, but I do have Brazilian embroidery that I do, and I also have my beading that I do, and if I have anything else in there you'll see it as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and start with some of my finishes, which is that's a new project. So this is the finish that I hadn't showed you before. So that's Brazilian embroidery. Okay, and I had this entered in the fair, so I got a real cheap, well, it's not cheap, but it's a hoop. Unfortunately, this part, see, when you lay it, it's not going to lay flat. But when I was putting this together for the fair, because I had to hurry up, and we wanted to have Brazilian embroidery entered into the fair. So I hurried up and I put it together, but I actually need to cut some of this off, you know, probably about that far, and then redo it. I'm not quite there yet. I usually don't like to do sewing, so I have to really be in the mood. So this was one of the finishes, and it got a blue ribbon. Actually, everything I entered got a blue ribbon. I did get Grand Champion out of one of my beaded ornaments that I did. So unfortunately, I forgot to lay it here, so I can't really show it to you. And then this is the other one, which I was working on at the time that, I think I was working on this one at my last YouTube video. So that's that one. And of course, my Beaded Snowmen finally got done, which, if you recall, over the last year, the posts that I've done were some of them. So this thing is really huge. So I'm going to show you as best I can. So I'm going to have to get up. And see? Told you it's big. So there you go. It is finished. All beaded. It's going to be replacing one of my cross stitch in the house when Christmas time comes. So about the end of November, I will remove one of my cross stitch pictures, put that up, and then in probably January I'll take it down and put my cross stitch back up. But it kind of makes it kind of fun when you do that, because you're not seeing the same thing in the house all the time, and it's kind of like changing the furniture, but not quite. So all right, now I can get into my stuff that I am working on. And so I don't know if I showed you this one. It's the bird, and that is it's a gal that does Brazilian embroidery patterns as well, but this one calls for DMC floss. So, you know, you can use floss to make these just as well as the rayon threads that come with Brazilian embroidery. So this is where I'm at, and I need to put the worm, which is this line right here. I need to put this in, and then I need to add some more greenery at the bottom. See, at the bottom. So once that's done, then this is done. Not quite sure what I want to do with it. It's a wait and see kind of thing. So that's one project, and as you can tell, I am working on things as I go. So the next thing was that I I was going through, since I finished those 2 embroideries, I was going through my patterns and things from down below, and I would go to the seminars that used to be in Concordia University in Portland, Oregon. But they closed down right when COVID hit. So that university just quit. So then we had to find another place. And then we had found Pacific University, Pacific Lutheran University up in the Seattle area. Excuse me. So once they had figured that out, then we were getting ready. I was ready to attend this year, but then they decided to go virtual because of COVID, and that the university shut down for any of that. So I have no idea where we're going to end up next year for Brazilian embroidery seminars, but it will be fun, and I'm about ready to go because it's been 3 years since I've been. So in the meantime, I found this, and this is a pattern, see if you look, 2016. So I thought, well, it's about time that I took the class. I had some really cool work that we worked on because she had sample pieces. So we worked on a sample piece of how we would do certain stitches. So I went ahead this week and I ordered some more floss. And so I started, and you'll see it right there. And this particular piece is kind of lacy, and I really like it. I will probably put it into a pillow or something. I'm not real sure. I'm finding out that too much embroidery on the wall is a bit much. And so I'm going to have to find other things that I can put my embroidery in, like maybe a bag or something. So if anybody has any ideas or know where I can get good patterns where I can use my embroidery to where it's a useful thing and not just hung on a wall. So I'm willing to get any ideas that you may have. Pillows, I don't use a lot of pillows, so I don't see that working in my house, but who knows, it could be. And then the other thing that I started this week, well, about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago I started this one. So I just started working on the flower in here, right there. So I have, I guess it goes like that. I have, I've really kind of enjoyed it though. You know, I mean, it's something different. I had to order some of the floss again because I didn't have it. But this is the pattern, and it's for beginners. So anybody that's interested in starting one, here you go. There's the pattern, and it's done by Blackberry, I think. Yeah, Blackberry Lane Collections. And it's based, these are from a gal that's in Australia. She does beautiful patterns, really pretty patterns. And so I found out that one of the stitching shops in Denver, Colorado actually has all her patterns and things. So if you're into that, I will leave Sherry Hauser's email and what is it, her link, her website. So if you're interested, you can get any of those from her. So in the meantime, about 2 days ago, I started another beading work, and I'll show you that. Excuse me. All right, let's try this. I'm going to lose it. So this is going to be a parrot, but that's as far as I got. So it's not very big, and it doesn't take long. I think I did 14 rows yesterday, so it's going to go quick. And it should probably be about, you know, about that tall. It's not that bad. And in the meantime, like today, this morning, I was watching Perry Mason. I love Perry Mason shows. Not the new one. The new one is too gory for me. I like the old one. The old one where it was more guess who did it type thing. So anyway, and I liked Raymond Burr. I really do like him. So I can watch those shows forever, which I have been doing. So in the meantime, while I was doing that, I pulled out my cross stitch. So here he is. And that's the Santa Claus one with, it's huge. It is huge. But I'm really happy with it. And it's going really good. Actually, I have, today I finished pretty much this area right here. And so I'm going to start going up here. Once I get this done, hopefully today, I'll go back over on this side, work that side. And then I haven't decided whether I'm going to go down or go up. So I like to do the, what I call the stair step, where you do every 10 squares, which is 100 stitches. So I like to do those and then just kind of work them down and then just do a section and work them down. It's kind of funny because on the back you can tell that you've used that technique. But I haven't quite gotten to the point. Well, I did get to the point where I could do that, but then this morning I kind of went into it all. I didn't stop. So I'm probably going to do that on the other part. And who knows, I might just do half of it and then work on the other half so I can do that stair stepping. So who knows? I tend to do things different than most people do, and is whatever I think would be easier for me to do to understand each stitch type thing. So basically, as you can tell, I'm still busy. I'm still working on all my stuff. And I have things to show. But if I did it every other week, I wouldn't have a lot to show, and you would be bored stiff on the same thing. Oh, yes, I did this much, and oh, yeah, see that? So anyway, I have decided that even if it takes me once a month or once every other month to do the YouTube, it's better for you because you see a lot more stuff that I do than to see one or two things all the time. And then you're going to be going, this is boring. So, been there. Anyway, I don't really have any, oh, I do. With my beading, this is for people that bead, because I do have things that I do differently. But see these little tubes? Sometimes I only need like 1 or 2 grams of beads. And this is probably a 5-gram thing. My mother quilts a lot and works on applique and stuff. And hold on, I do have one other thing to show you. I'm doing applique. So I took out my original flower, and so I'm going to try it again. So see, so hopefully next time I can show you how much farther I got on that. But anyway, so my mother does a lot of applique, and she also, so do I. That's who I learned all this stuff from, her and my grandmother. So anyway, where was I? Okay, so these are the needles that she gets are in these little containers. Okay, see? This is the normal container that I get like from Fire Mountain. And when I order from High Street Beading Company, I get little packets. Hold on, I'll show you. So I get these little packets, right? And since I don't know, I don't like to, I can't store them properly when I'm working on my beads. And I don't really care for packets to have to pour out and stuff. So my mother, as kind as she is, when she finishes a package of beads, then she gives me these. And then I take those little bags and I fill them into here, which, okay, now get this, which fit into this little tray that my husband made for me. So I can line up all my beads that I need on the project I'm working on. And even if I only need 2 to 4 grams, they fit in here, and then they stack nicely into the tray. So now I can't remember where I got that from. There we go. So anyway, that is my tip for the day, is to save those little to save those little needle cases, because you can always use them for something else. Even if you had little needles like in cross stitch or stuff that are bad, then you can just pop them in there used, and then you can throw them away, and that way people don't get poked every time they're going through the trash. And I tend to do that. But on those I pretty much use what do you call it, medical bottles, you know, where you get your pills and stuff in, and that's what I do for that. So anyway, that's my tip for the day, even though it's not cross stitch. I wish I had more cross stitch stuff to show you, but as you can tell, I tend to go all over the place with what I do, and I enjoy everything that I do. So with that being said, I'm gonna say have a great day, and to just have a happy day. I mean, things are so depressing now that you just have to laugh at somebody or something. So think of something to laugh about. What I found out was, because my husband was going through the cancer, which right now he does not have cancer, but he can still get it. So back. So it's a wait and see. So every 3 months he has his checks. And thank goodness this 3-month check came out good. So that's all I can say at this point for him. And even though, how do you put this? Even though the word cancer is depressing, I try to find something somewhere that can cheer me up. And so I look for good, because that's what we have to do. So, you know, it's just fun. And my cat, which you can hear with the bells, she keeps me laughing half the time because she's doing something silly. So anyway, try to find something to be cheerful, and don't let things depress you, because that's a sad place to be in. So anyway, that being said, life is good. I'm still working on whatever there is out there. It's kind of like whatever my brain tends to go to. Like I said, I'm a dog chasing a rabbit. It's like, ooh, there goes a rabbit. Oh, there's another one. So that's me with my crafting. And so today, my crafting is cross stitch. So with that being said, have a wonderful day. Think of something cheerful. And I will see you probably in about a month. I'm hoping in a month. And let's see what else I get done. Talk to you later.